So I'm Steve.
I'm Riley.
Tax Force is our company. What's the segment called? The segment's called Teaching Riley.
Okay, so we are doing a third video in our series of benefits of incorporating.
That's right.
So today's benefit we wanted to talk about is being able to pay yourself in dividends versus paying yourself a salary.
Exactly.
Right?
A salary or a wage. The government says that if you're going to take money out of your corporation, they don't want you just, taking it out, just using your corporate bank account like it's your personal piggy bank.
Right.
They don't recognize you as being any different from anybody else that works on behalf of the corporation. And so that they want to see that you take your money out just like you're a regular employee, right, or you're a regular shareholder. Mm-hmm. And so dividends can be paid to shareholders. Mm-hmm. Wages can be paid to anybody that does work at or on behalf of the corporation.
Right. So if you are a shareholder or you own the corporation, then you kind of have the option, yes, of doing one or the other or a combination of both, right?
That's right. As long as you're a shareholder and you do work for the corporation. Mm-hmm. Again, you can't just pay yourself a wage or a salary or, and this is where it comes in, a family member, mm-hmm, a wage or a salary if they don't genuinely do work on behalf or for the business of the corporation. So, yeah.
Okay, so then how does this become a benefit? So why is it better to be able to pay yourself dividends?
Well, the question isn't necessarily better for dividends versus wages. It's just going to be different. Okay. Now, a lot of people think that it's better because the first thing they hear is dividends get taxed at a lower rate.
Right.
So people automatically think, oh, lower taxes, that's better. Mm-hmm. Well, arguably, we all want to pay the least, right, amount of tax. But like so many things, it depends on your specific situation. What are some of the drawbacks, Riley, that you found when you were looking up dividends? Drawbacks to dividends can be considered.
You don't do any CPP contributions, which we also talked about in another video that I will link up here. Perfect. And you also don't create any RSP room.
That's right. Dividends aren't considered to be earned income, mm-hmm, and so you're not. If the use of RSPs are important to your retirement planning, mm-hmm, then paying yourself dividends doesn't allow you to build the RSP room you need to achieve those retirement goals.
Right.
And along with retirement, again, if you're paying yourself only dividends, you're not paying any money into Canada Pension. So if you only ever paid yourself dividends, you would get to retirement and wouldn't get any Canada Pension.
Right.
So it has to be a larger part of your plan, mm-hmm, to know that, well, if I'm choosing to pay myself just dividends while I pay less tax than I do than wages, I'm not building any kind of retirement.
Right.
So that's a big thing. As an employee, if you're using a vehicle that you own personally on behalf of the corporation, you can receive a mileage allowance. If you only get paid dividends, you can't actually get that mileage allowance because you're not an employee. So back to this, oftentimes it's most advantageous to have some dividends and, mm-hmm, some earned wages, some earned income.
So really the benefit of incorporating and getting those dividends is that it gives you options and you can do some tax planning with it.
Exactly. Interesting to note that if the only income that you had was dividends, you can make up to $28,903 in non-eligible dividends, mm-hmm, and not pay any tax personally. Now, if they're eligible dividends, and eligible dividends come from small corporations in Canada that pay the high tax rate. Okay. So that means you've either made enough money in your corporation that you've used up all your small business deduction, or you've got some passive income in your corporation, mm-hmm, that will get you the high business rate and allow you to pay eligible dividends. Mm-hmm. You can make up to $53,229 as of 2019 and actually not pay any tax.
Wow.
Right. So, people hear these numbers and like, well, that's what I want to do.
Right.
The issue is that, as we've shown, there really is a lot of other things to think about when making that plan.
Right.
While paying the lowest tax is absolutely a huge part of it, mm-hmm, it's not the only thing. And don't forget, the corporation is still paying tax on that money, as right, opposed to if it pays it out to you as a wage, the corporation gets that as a deduction.
Right.
Is that it's one more tool in your toolbox, mm-hmm, that allows you to plan the right amount of tax that you want to pay and achieve all your other goals as well.
Yeah, gives you a lot of options. If you're just paying the personal tax rate, then you're just paying it and that's it.
That's right.
Okay, so we have two other videos on corporations. One of the benefits we talked about was if you are taking on large loans.
Yes.
Another benefit we talked about was if your business is expanding.
Yes.
And now we have this one about dividends. So really the benefit is you can do the tax planning, you have options, and you can lower the amount of taxes that you're going to pay overall.
Absolutely.
Which gives you a lot more options with personally and with growing your business, all sorts of things. Kind of all ties together.
It really does all tie together. More flexibility, more choices, more complications, but less tax.